it's Sam. So today I'm going to be sharing my favorite scents from Sephora for the Sephora VIB sale. These are all perfumes that I love, that I use constantly. I'm going to start off with my absolute favorites and then I'll go down from there. So it'll be like by rank. I will be linking all of these in the description box. I will also put the Sephora VIB sale dates. So the very first one that is my holy grail, if I could only ever have one perfume in my entire life, it would be this one. This is Shivanshi Amarish, and I started wearing this because my aunt used to wear this when I was a little girl. Like, this is very old school. I remember her picking us up from the airport after we had moved from America back to England. My dad had stayed in America, and so it was just my mom and my brother and my sister, and my aunt picked us up from the airport and we had moved back there to live. And I remember her wearing this perfume, and I didn't know what it was. Obviously I was a little kid. And then I remember smelling it throughout the years. And then finally, when I was like old enough to ask what perfume you're wearing, she told me it was the Shivanshi Amarish. So it always has like, it holds that special like memory for me of my aunt. My aunt always picks the best scents. Like, she smells so good. So this is definitely like one of my absolute favorites. I have a small one that I carry in my purse at all times. I just love it. And it's hard to describe. It's kind of like, I think it's floral, but no, I don't know, it's hard to, I think it's a floral, but it's quite a strong, kind of sophisticated, very sexy scent. It's quite powerful. Some of them it's easy to say like, this is vanilla, but some of them are kind of hard to describe. So Shivanshi Amarish is described as a floral, warm, and spicy scent. So that's probably why I like it, because I like warm and spicy and I love floral. It's kind of like a good floral for the winter time. Gardenia, neroli, tonka bean, and lang lang. So like all of my favorite scents. It says that it reveals the pleasures of life and the simplicity of joyful moments. Bursting top notes of floral gardenia combined with a warm heart of mimosa. Precious wood aromas round out the base of a feminine fragrance, evoking the shores of the Mediterranean Sea. Perfect for nighttime, but you can also wear it in the day. It's just one of those scents that you've got to have. Like, it's so, so good, and I can never be without it. Okay, my next favorite is actually a recommendation from my cousin. They both, I always get my recommendations from them. Michael Kors. Years ago when I was like 21, my cousin was wearing it and I was like, wow, this is amazing, and I got it from her and I've continued to have it ever since. But they don't carry that at Sephora anymore for some reason. But Carolina Herrera Good Girl, it comes in this shoe. This is like the perfect fall winter scent. Again, you can wear this at nighttime as well. It's very sexual, very sweet, a really nice, powerful scent. It stays, it lingers. When you wear it, people will comment. Same with the Amarish. Those are both. I like ones that people can smell when you're around them or when they hug you. I like it when people can be like, wow, you smell really good. So this one is described as a warm floral as well. Tuberose, jasmine, and tonka bean. Good Girl is a sensual, evocative fragrance born of the beautiful contradictions and the ever-present duality of modern women and modern life. Both fresh, light, and moodily dark. That's what I love about it, is you can wear it in the day, but it's also amazing for nighttime. This innovative fragrance captures a woman's wondrous complexity with surprising and exceptional ingredients. The sweet, alluring qualities of jasmine give Good Girl its brightness and femininity. The darker side is created with a richly fragrant cocoa and intoxicating tonka. Almond and coffee bring the scent its immediate vibrancy. Tuberose, extracted in a new way that creates a rich delicacy, is the fragrance's wild card, bringing fluidity and femininity. I didn't realize it had cocoa and all that stuff, but basically it's very sweet. Actually, now that I'm smelling it, I can smell the chocolate. Maybe that's why I like it so much. You can definitely smell the sweetness. It's kind of like a warm, for me, it's not so much floral as it is like a warm sweetness, but it is just a really rich, it's just so good. It's honestly so good. Like, you cannot go wrong with Carolina Herrera Good Girl. It's so good. That's one that Jay actually loves. Like, whenever I spray it, he always compliments me on Good Girl. It's a very sweet, very kind of feminine but like powerful scent. Okay, next we have Carolina Herrera Supreme. So this one, basically the only difference is that it has a sparkly bottom. So that's how you can tell that this is the Supreme versus the Good Girl. So this is also a warm floral. It's got tuberose, jasmine, tonka bean. This one says it has succulent berries and potent Egyptian jasmine. This one smells very similar to the Good Girl, not quite as strong, not quite as intense, but it has more of a berry kind of scent to it. So you could, yeah, you can definitely smell it's like more fruity, whereas that one is definitely more sweet and kind of sensual. This one has a little bit more of that fruity scent to it. So if you're looking for something that's a little fruitier, this would be really good, but it still has that richness and that spiciness and that sweetness, but with a kind of like a berry tone to it. Okay, and then there is also this one. I told you I love Carolina Herrera. This one is the Carolina Herrera Very Good Girl. So we have Good Girl Supreme, and then Very Good Girl. This one has lychee in it. So this one is very different than the two others. It's kind of a surprising scent, and I actually quite like this one in the summertime. I prefer the other two for fall, winter, but this one is really good for summertime. It's a fruity floral. It's got red currant, rose, vanilla. Let's see what else it says. Exotic lychee, rose, vetiver. You can definitely smell the lychee in this one. It's like the lychee is very, very recognizable. And that's why I think it's more kind of like a summery scent, kind of spring summer. Yeah, it's very light, it's very fresh, the lychee is just so apparent in it. So if you like the smell of lychee, I know that's not something that everyone has smelled. My aunt actually eats them a lot. So I've eaten, and lychee is an interesting fruit. It's like a fruit, but it's almost like a floral fruit in a way, and this is very much what that smells like. It's kind of like a floral fruit, and then there is a tint. There's a tint of a very, 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 very subtle rose, and then you can smell that kind of sweetness of the vanilla. So it's actually a very unique scent, but a really great option if you like the Carolina Herrera, but you kind of want to switch it up for summertime because it's a little bit light. That one does not linger as well as the other two. I would say Good Girl lingers the best, then Supreme, and then the Very Good Girl. This one I just got in the Sephora sale. I literally just talked about this in my car vlog. This is the Gucci Flora, I'm sorry, no, it's not. The Gucci Bloom Profumo di Fiori. This one is amazing. So this one smells like if Michael Kors and Issey Miyake had a baby. It's kind of like a honeysuckle, very floral. It's like, let me just get the notes for you. As soon as I smelt it, I was like, wow, I need to get this. It's absolutely amazing. And it also lingers. I sprayed my flannel that I was wearing, and then the next day I went to put my flannel away. I picked it up and I could smell it all over it. It's really, really strong. It's hard because sometimes floral ones don't stick around. This one sticks around. So this one is described as a floral scent. It's also layerable. It's a classic floral. So it's got tuberose, ylang ylang, and jasmine. But basically every time that you hear me talk about a perfume, it'll either have jasmine, tuberose, or ylang ylang, or gardenia. So this one says, with its fresh and natural greenness, rich floral quality, and creamy depth, tuberose is the hero of this classic floral fragrance, a radiant twist on the white floral signature of Bloom. Profumo di Fiori unleashes the magnetism of tuberose essence and blends it with jasmine sambac for an immediate and direct expression. The accord of the perfume is enriched with ylang ylang, and its warmth is embodied by a rich wave of sandalwood and smooth, creamy, woody notes. Driving an elegant and distinctive trail, Orris concrete combines with warm benzoin and softens beside a central cloud of musk. So to be honest, when you read it, it sounds like something I would not like. I would never order this just from reading what it says. I don't like musk. I don't like sandalwood. I don't like woody notes. So it's kind of weird that I like this because to me, like, those all sound like something I would not want to go with, but you cannot, for me, I cannot smell woodiness. Well, maybe there is a hint of a smoky kind of, it's like a smoky floral in a way. Very, very subtle. Like, now that I've read that, I'm like, oh, that actually does make sense. It is creamy. It's a creamy woody note. It's like sweet, but definitely floral. Like, if I would say anything, it's floral. It's, for me, it's definitely like, it just smells like you're a flower. Like, it smells so good. I just love it. I absolutely love it. And it's just so nice that it lingers, because it's so hard to find a floral that lingers. A lot of the time they don't, and then you put it on and then it's just gone. So this one is nice because it does stick around, and it is pricey. I got the small one because of that reason, but it really is a beautiful scent. Definitely not for fall and winter. I'm gonna save this for like spring, summer. But it is just a really nice classic floral, and it smells incredible. I have to talk about this one. This one smells so good. This is a very sophisticated, sweet kind of candy scent. Think Ariana Grande, but in a more like, I don't want to say mature, because that makes it sound like it smells like roses. Mature in the fact that it's like very sophisticated, like I'm rich. That's kind of, so it's like if you like those like Ariana Grande, Britney Spears, Jessica Simpson's sweetness, but you want it in like a more elevated kind of like sophisticated kind of style, this is the one for you. So this is Black Opium by Yves Saint Laurent. It smells insane. It's so good. Very, very sweet though. So if you like those sweet kind of spicy scents, this is definitely the one. And I think that's why it seems a little bit more sophisticated, is because it has that spice, that warmth. It's not just straight up candy sweetness, which is what I think Ariana Grande and all of those other ones are, which I love. But if you're looking for something that's a little bit more warm, a little bit more, it's kind of like intoxicating. Like it's very much winter and fall appropriate. This is definitely the one for you. I'm gonna assume it has vanilla because it smells vanilla-y to me. Okay, so again, this is an expensive one. All of these are expensive, I'm sorry. Warm and spicy is what the fragrance family is described as. It's a warm and sweet gourmand. The keynotes are black coffee, white flowers, and vanilla. So you can definitely smell the vanilla. And now that it says black coffee, that makes sense. So it says that it's got opening notes of coffee and sweet vanilla that recline into the softness of white flowers for a young, modern scent. And that's basically all it says. That I would have to agree with. It feels young, but it's also sophisticated, so it's kind of perfect. It's like a 30s type of perfume, 30s 40s type of perfume. I mean, obviously you don't have to actually like be an age to wear a perfume, do you? But it's kind of like that modern, like more mature, sophisticated take on like an Ariana Grande scent, which I love my Ariana Grande, so I'm definitely not saying that in a bad way. I literally have all of her perfumes. But it is a little bit more sophisticated. Next is Gucci Flora Gorgeous Gardenia. Now this has actually changed their packaging. So the new packaging is way better. It's absolutely beautiful. It looks like a piece of art. Like it's so amazing. So that's what you can expect when you get it now. So don't be confused when you're like, I don't see the bottle. Again, another expensive one. However, this one is a floral scent, surprise, surprise. It's a fruity floral though. So this one has pear, white gardenia, and brown sugar. It says this is a delicious potion of joy built around the gardenia flower, blended with solar, jasmine, absolute, cheerful pear blossom accord, and sweet brown sugar accord. It is a signature floral scent for all free-spirited women, full of positive energy. And that's what I like about this one, is that it is a very sweet, it's a sweet, creamy, spicy floral, if that makes sense. It's also fruity, like it's juicy. You can definitely smell the pear. It smells really nice and fruity and juicy. But then you have that floral, and then you have that sweetness of the brown sugar, but it's kind of like a warm sweetness. So I think because the brown sugar, it kind of has more of a creamy warmth to it. So it's a really good floral, juicy scent for the fall and winter because of that kind of warmth of the brown sugar. So I absolutely love this one. It definitely is, it's a lingerer, and it's definitely one that gets compliments. So I highly recommend that one. Okay, then we have Dior Addict. So Dior Addict is one of those ones that I have been wearing for years. I used to wear this when I was like 19. I used to wear this all the time when I used to work in the salon, and I got complimented on it constantly. It says silk tree flower, mandarin leaf, orange blossom, queen of the night flower, Bulgarian rose, bourbon vanilla absolute, Mysore sandalwood, and tonka bean. It's independent, vivacious, and alluring. So this one is definitely strong. It's a very, very, very rich scent. You know, it's funny because I used to wear this one all the time, and now that I'm older, I don't love it as much. That's so funny. I used to be obsessed with it. I haven't worn it for a while. You can definitely smell the sandalwood, and you can definitely smell, yeah, I think it's the sandalwood I smell, and the vanilla. Almost has a bit of a coffee scent to it. But it's kind of like a smoky kind of sweetness. It's like a rich, smoky, woody sweetness. That's how I describe it. I think it smells probably better on me than it does on a scrunchie. On a scrunchie, it's not smelling as good, but I think if I sprayed it on me, it would kind of smell a little bit more sweet. So again, something a little bit more, if you're into the sweet scents, if you're into those kind of woodsy, kind of spicy scents, this would definitely be the one, but it definitely lingers. I used to get so many compliments when I wore this perfume. Okay, now we have the YSL Mon Paris. Now this one is I believe it's a floral, let's see. Yeah, it says floral scent. It's a fruity floral. It's got datura flower, patchouli, and red berries. I feel like as soon as people hear the word patchouli, they run, but it doesn't smell like patchouli to me. This has a fragrance with notes of red berries that are softened by datura flower and anchored by the woody scent of white musk, blended beautifully together with patchouli to create a scent that is romantic in every way. You can definitely smell the red currant. It immediately kind of makes your mouth almost water, like it's quite juicy. Like behind that, I don't know, it's so hard to describe. For me, it definitely smells juicy. Like it's very fruity with a slight sweetness. There could be a tiny weeny bit of a floral, but for me, I smell the red currant the most. And again, this one is something that really lingers. I actually got this for my sister because she used to come over to my house and wear it, and then she'd be walking and she'd spray it in her hair, and then we'd like be behind her, and all I could do was just smell this amazing perfume. And I would always be like, what perfume are you wearing? And she's like, oh, I sprayed Mon Paris. I'm like, I own it. And I literally just, for some reason, like whenever she wore it, like it was just in her hair, it would just waft, and it was so amazing. So highly recommend that one if you're into more of a kind of juicy sweetness. I think that one, again, sophisticated juicy. Next we have Viva La Juicy by Juicy Couture. I mean, everyone has smelled this. This is such a classic. I loved it. It's a very juicy, very fruity scent. Definitely more for spring, summer. Actually, not even spring. I would just say straight up summer. I feel like everyone has smelled Viva La Juicy. So this one is considered a floral scent. It's a warm floral. It's got wild berries, jasmine, and vanilla. It says, flirtatious and charming, this scent is inspired by the glamorous girl who is always the life of the party. The Viva La Juicy girl finds couture in the everyday. Viva La Juicy combines delicious wild berries and mandarin with creamy vanilla praline, jasmine, and honeysuckle, embracing the signature juicy addiction. Viva La Juicy is both playful and glamorous. And I would definitely say this is a very playful scent. Very juicy, very fun, very like, I'm going to the beach, or I'm going to a summer barbecue and I want to smell juicy and delicious. Yeah, Viva La Juicy, it's just yummy. Like that's all I can say about it, is that it just has that really juicy, almost like mouth-watering scent. So I absolutely love Viva La Juicy for the summertime. And then this one is Juicy Couture. I think it's just called Juicy Couture. Yeah, it is. So this one is a floral scent. It says, never afraid to stand out in a crowd, Juicy Couture captures the cheeky boldness of a girl who marches to the beat of her own drum. Juicy Couture smells like couture with a blend of water hyacinth, princess lily, and sweet caramel. So I would definitely say that this one is more of a fresh scent. Yeah, there's like a freshness to it. It's like a fresh sweetness. You can smell that caramel, but you can definitely smell kind of like more of a water, kind of marine, kind of fresh. I don't want to say marine, but definitely like a freshness. Like you just, like green. It kind of smells a little bit more green to me, like you've snapped a stem of flowers, or I don't know, it just smells very fresh. So I love that one. That one for me is much more of a spring scent. This is a summer scent. It's very kind of coconutty. This is the Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 62. So this one, oh yeah, it just smells like tanning oil. Like when you go to the beach and you just slather yourself in like banana boat. It's very coconutty. It's very sweet. So this says it's a warm and spicy scent. This is cruelty-free and vegan, which is great. It says it's got salted caramel, pistachio, and vanilla. It says blended with addictive gourmand notes of salted caramel, pistachio, jasmine, and vanilla, this boldly delicious fragrance always inspires compliments and curiosity. Prepare to want more and more. And I can definitely smell the vanilla in it. I would say coconut, but maybe that's the caramel and the pistachio that I'm smelling, because it kind of has like a nutty smell. It's just like a typical like summer beach. It's like a beach perfume. This is definitely something that I would wear to the beach if I was going on vacation. I want to smell real tropical, this is the one. And then last but not least, we have Chloe Nomad. This one is a very unique scent. It's not for everyone. For me, it reminds me of a rich woman who has just baked oatmeal cookies, and that's what she smells like. It smells like oatmeal cookies to me, but in like a really sophisticated, like, I'm so posh way. Like, you go into someone's mansion that is just like intensely rich and they've baked oatmeal cookies. That's what this reminds me of. This one again is quite another expensive one. Floral scent. It's a warm floral. It's got oak moss, freesia, and mirabelle liqueur. I hope I said that right. Nomad Eau de Parfum is the essence of a free-spirited and confident woman taking inspiration from her experiences and encounters throughout the world and asserting who she is. The intense mineral character of oak moss is enveloped in the voluptuous softness of mirabelle plum. From this freshness emanates a bright floral note carried by freesia. Natural ingredients brought into focus by the perfumer Quentin Biche, revealing accords as exhilarating as the feeling of escape they inspire. That smells nothing like what it sounds like. I don't smell freesia. Maybe I do. Maybe there's a slight floral in there. To me, it just smells like oatmeal cookie in a bottle. It smells like oatmeal cookie if it were a perfume. That's what it smells like to me. I can't smell anything but oatmeal cookie. Oatmeal raisin cookie. So that one's a really great fall winter because again, it's kind of warm, it's kind of spicy, it's a little creamy, it's kind of like a baked good type smell but in a perfume way. Again, not for everyone, but a really great fall scent if you like that kind of, it's like a cozy, it's like a very warm, cozy scent. Those are all of my recommendations that you can get at Sephora. I have so many perfumes. A lot of them I've not gotten at Sephora. They don't even sell them at Sephora. But these are all available at Sephora, and if you're gonna buy any of them, you might as well get a discount. So I'm gonna link them all down for you, and then you guys can decide which ones sound more like you. I would say if you had to get any, if you only have to get one, get Shivanshi Amarish. If you only can get two, Amarish and Carolina Herrera Good Girl, these are the two that are going to make these are going to make people smell you. They're going to linger. I can't live without these two. They are my go-tos. I have a small one in my purse of this, and I have a small one in my purse of this. These are my two favorites. And then if I could go with a third, I would probably go with the Gucci Bloom, because the Profumo di Fiori. That one is amazing. Also, have you guys seen the trailer for the new Gucci movie with Lady Gaga? Oh, looks so good. And then the next one I would have to go with is Black Opium. Those are the ones that stick out the most, that linger. So those are my favorites, but those are all of my Sephora favorites in general, but those would have to be my 4 absolute favorites. So I hope you guys found that helpful. I know that was a lot of talking, and hopefully you don't. I try to be like quite in-depth and thorough and let you guys know the notes and then what I think the notes are, just because it's so hard to, like, I can't swatch a perfume, you know what I mean? Like, you guys have no idea what it smells like, so it's so difficult trying to do perfume videos and like letting you guys know what it actually smells like, because a note can sound so different than what it smells like. But hopefully you found that helpful, and I gave you guys a good idea of what these all smell like. For me, sometimes perfume is more of a feeling. Like, when I want to feel really powerful, I would wear this to an interview. If I want to feel like I've got this, I'm amazing, you can do this, it's Amarish. If I wanted to go on a date, crap, I just dropped my phone, I would wear Carolina Herrera Good Girl, or I would wear Black Opium, because those are two very sensual, very sweet, really just like kind of flirty scents, but like, I mean business flirty. And then like for spring, it would definitely be the Bloom, the Very Good Girl, the Juicy Couture, yeah, and then for summertime, the Sol de Janeiro, the Juicy Couture Viva La Juicy. I would definitely wear this in the summertime as well. I mean, Carolina Herrera and Amarish, I would wear all year round. It doesn't have to be the fall and winter for these. I think they're just a great go-to perfume. But then like some of them I would only wear in the spring, I would only wear in the summer. So I'm quite specific. And then also like for this is like really flirty for me. Like I think it's cute. It's like a fun day date because it's quite juicy and playful. Whereas like this, the Gucci Flora Gorgeous Gardenia is very much for me like more of a nighttime scent. Like it's quite rich and quite spicy, and it kind of reminds me more of like a darker type scent. So I don't know, I'm kind of weird about scents. I love them, I'm obsessed. I just can't stop buying perfumes. I have a real problem, but hopefully my problem will be helpful for you guys, because I don't know, it's kind of overwhelming when you go into Sephora and you're like, where do I start? There's so many perfumes, you know, like it's just so difficult. And then your nose gets all confused and then you're like, I don't know what's happening, and then you just give up. For me, I always ask my aunt and I always ask my cousin what they're wearing. If I see like this had a little new sign on the box, I normally would have never reached for it because it's yellow, but I saw that it said new, so I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. And then as soon as I smelled it, I was like, whoa, that's amazing. That's so good. So I don't know, it's kind of trial and error. You just have to keep on sniffing, and then eventually you find something that you love. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you found that helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Again, everything will be linked down below. You can go ahead and add it to your cart, and then when it's time for you to shop, bing, it's already there. And these are also great Christmas gift ideas as well. Perfume, I feel like you can never go wrong with perfume. I don't know, perfume is just amazing. It's like one of my favorite things. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.